Now back into the match. Grabs old Alexander, boot to the gut, and there's another chop for Alexander. Hurt the hand of Rave on that one as he goes behind, grabs the chin to control his man. Caprice Coleman looking to get into the match, but he doesn't look too nervous yet for his opponent, for his partner in there.
No, and right now, Cedric Alexander has been tied up by Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Rave, a controller in the ring, not just mentally, but physically, likes to be in control. And notice he's chewing gum. He's just very laid back and nonchalant about the whole deal.
Well, Jimmy Rave is an experienced professional wrestler, began wrestling at the age of 16 years old, and is nearly a 15-year veteran of the business at this time, having competed all over the world. Brings a ton of experience in here. He is quite literally the most experienced man in the ring. But there's a lot of diverse backgrounds. Of course, Kyle Matthews, the two-time Georgia Wrestler of the Year, the Cauliflower Alley Future Legends winner. Cedric Alexander is the youngest athlete in the match. Caprice Coleman also has been over the world. In fact, has wrestled in the Middle East not that long ago. Coleman also an ordained minister.
Wow. And roll up there, and now head scissors applied by Kyle Matthews. And taking those legs and the strength of those legs to cut off the circulation there, the air supply. Said no. Of course, where the head goes, the body has to follow.
And this is an interesting match for the typical Rampage fan. It's going to be hard to figure out who they want to get behind, who they really want to win, because when you've got four consummate athletes like this and four people relatively, at least so far, playing by the rules, and even Jimmy Rave has been doing that. Now Matthews going for a ride, is taken down hard by Alexander, who manages, well, almost made the tag. Wasn't able to make the tag to his partner. Matthews able to control him, tags Jimmy Rave instead. Rave is in and lands a solid boot to the side of the face and spits his gum out at it, I guess what you would call his acquaintance, Caprice Coleman. Doesn't seem to faze Coleman much. He's waiting for an opportunity to get into the match, and he's reserving energy.
Jimmy Rave now working over Cedric Alexander.
Notice how Coleman didn't overreact to that. You think back to the first match and how J-Rod was getting so excited about those kind of things. Coleman, though, not letting Jimmy Rave get into his head.
And that also tells you, Bill, that he is well aware of Jimmy Rave and Jimmy Rave's antics and how he thinks in the match.
Very much so. Now rear chin lock.
Do your homework for your opponents. True.
Well, I said these two know each other so well. But right now, Coleman's just waiting for the opportunity to get in.
And now Jimmy Rave being working over the man, and tag is made. Matthews comes back in. Double sledge there to the back. Slamming Alexander to the corner. Moving in now, full arm twist. Arm twisting all the way across the ring. Goes in with momentum.
Nobody home.
Splash.
There's a tag, and now Coleman is in. Jimmy Rave catches the first one. Now Matthews, now Rave. Matthews back up. Clothesline by Coleman. Reverse kick by Coleman. Swinging kick takes him down right there with a legger. Another one.
Hooks him right there. Thought he had him. You got to remember, not just a wrestling match, but the first round in the Rampage Cup.
And simultaneously goes out of the ring onto Jimmy Rave, who is out on the floor. Catch both men at once, does Coleman. Matthews, though, up, and he's going to fly. No, slides instead. Coleman swings all the way around the ring post and catches Kyle Matthews.
Coleman showing some
And now Cedric Alexander's going to fly.
Caught both of them. Great tag team effort here. You saw Coleman pull the rope down for him.
Coleman in position now, waiting to see what happens with the pile that's down there. As Kyle Matthews is thrown back in the ring, Coleman goes up into the high-risk district. Matthews to his feet, sees him coming, but isn't able to get out of the way. Cross body block covered. This could be it. No, count of two. Rave back into the ring. Matthews ducks, but Rave catches both men. Back elbow, clothesline on Coleman, takes him down, but a reverse mule kick right there. Knee. Rave is now down. Legs are taken out from Matthews. Leg drop on the back of the neck of Matthews as Rave rolls out of the ring, and now the cover. Only a 2 count. Matthews able to kick out.
And both Coleman and Alexander in the ring, and Matthews in a bad way, being double teamed, double arm whip. Went for a double backdrop. Good kick.
Swing and a miss. into a mule kick there. Now Caprice Coleman has him hooked for a suplex, reversed, brings him over the opposite direction, right down onto the knee of Cedric Alexander.
Backbreaker double team move, and Jimmy Rave
manages to get back in the ring to break that up just before the count of 3. That could have been it right there.
I thought the champion had been beaten right there in this tournament. Tag is made now, and Cedric Alexander, these guys, if you didn't know who they were, they certainly are proving why they are in this tournament.
Well, remember, Cedric Alexander, of course, came in at one time with the tag team 704 with Caleb Conley, but ever since joining up with Caprice Coleman, he's really been growing as a professional wrestler, and his reputation has been growing as he's found time on television with Ring of Honor Wrestling, and now here in Middle Georgia on television with Rampage Pro Wrestling in our main event.
Right now, Kyle Matthews in center ring, locked up with that rear chin lock applied. And notice he had the body scissors too, but now escaping from the legs. Back to his feet, elbow by Kyle, double elbow.
Oh, drop kick.
And you heard it pop.
Right as Matthews came toward him, he caught the drop kick, about took his head off with that. Fans, if you're enjoying this action, you're going to make it out here on the 24th of June. It could be tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this on TV. Come to Johnny G's 3 p.m. and you're going to see action just like this each and every time.
Slides underneath the legs and comes up, step up kick by Kyle Matthews.
Caught him with the enziguri. Now Matthews takes him over, tornado DDT. Both men are down. Alexander close enough to make the tag, but doesn't really have the energy to reach up for it. Coleman looking right at him.
Which team will advance to the second round of the Rampage Cup Tag Team Tournament?
Rave calling for the tag over on his side. Matthews, hearing him, is heading over there, but you can tell Alexander close enough to make the tag unless he's able to stop Kyle Matthews. Alexander now finally getting his bearings, sees Coleman, still trying to clear the cobwebs. As Kyle Matthews is all but over, he reaches out for the tag. Rave gets the tag, but Coleman is already in the ring, ducks that clothesline, chop, another chop, lighting up Caprice Coleman as Jimmy Rave, drop down, Coleman over, goes for a clothesline and takes him inside out, caught him more with a forearm though on that.
Back chop by Jimmy Rave, again a hard chop, and again, staggering Cedric Alexander, arm puts him in, goes for a sunset flip, he's got him.
Shining Wizard.
Hitting from nowhere.
That's not the legal man, though. Caprice Coleman is. Coleman had a chance to rest. Now Coleman hits the ropes, reverses off. STO, cover.
Jimmy Rave has got him. No. And Kyle Matthews is still down and still out. Cedric Alexander's on the apron as well. Onward reversal now. Jimmy Rave comes up.
Up, over. Rave hangs on, manages to stop himself on the apron. There's Alexander, ducks that STO on the hard ring apron by Jimmy Rave. We've seen him do that before, but that's going to take Alexander out of it right now. And now Coleman is set up. Double team maneuver there by the new tag team. Cover, there's one, there's two, no!
Again, I thought he had him. Kyle's off the ropes now.
And Kyle's going to fly.
Suicide dive out of the ring now and caught him. And now it's Jimmy Rave sets the man up. Arm whip, reversal. Coleman moves into an elbow. Kyle climbs up. And he flies with a double drop kick.
And missile drop kick took Caprice all the way and almost out of the ring. But there's Cedric Alexander with his own version on both of them. And now all 4 men are down, but Alexander is the fresher man all of a sudden.
Which team will have it right now? Kyle Matthews and Jimmy Rave are down. And Cedric Alexander's the only one that's up. Bolo forearm. Short forearm by Cedric Alexander again.
But there's not a lot of power behind those, but now Caprice is back up. Kyle Matthews still out on the floor. Caprice now back down. Slingshot comes off. Amazing move there. Got his leg all the way around with that. I thought he was going for a back elbow, but no. And now Rave over in the corner. No, gets both legs up, and Rave is up top, but here's Coleman.
Look at that!
Hurricane Rana takes over Rave. Frog splash put onto the knees of Jimmy Rave. Caprice thought for sure it was over. Rave catches him, forces him in the corner. Slurpee kick.
Rave rolls him up after the Slurpee drop kick. 2, 3, and Jimmy Rave and Kyle Matthews have won the match and will advance in the tag team tournament.